Hello, hello, and assalamu alaikum. My name is Aram Education Wala, and today I am doing the talk with Maya. My topic is my questions is how to build a strong personal brand online.
Strong personal brand online. Cool. That's a smart thing to be thinking about. So, where do you want to start with that? It's kind of broad. What part feels most challenging right now?
So my question is, what is a personal brand and why it is important online?
Okay, fair question. A personal brand is basically what people think of when they hear your name online specifically. It's not just about slapping your name on a logo. It's the vibe you give off, the skills you showcase, the values you represent, all wrapped up into one package. Why is it important online? Honestly, it's kind of essential these days. It builds trust, lets you stand out from the crowd, and can open up opportunities you didn't even know existed. Think about it. People are Googling everyone. What do you want them to find?
So my question is, how is personal brand different from a company brand?
Good question. They're related but different beasts. A company brand is about what the company stands for, its values, its products. It's a collective thing. A personal brand, though, that's all you. It's about your unique skills, personality, and what you offer the world. Think of it like this. A company brand wants to sell you something. A personal brand wants to connect with you, build trust, and maybe offer expertise or collaboration. You're selling, well, you. And that's way more nuanced. Does that make sense?
Okay, so tell me,
Gotcha. Um,
why should students and young professionals care about personal branding?
mm, okay, all right. For students and young professionals, it's huge. Honestly, it's not about being influencer level, it's about being findable. Recruiters are online, future clients are online, networking happens online. Building a brand now, even a small one, helps you get noticed. It shows initiative, builds credibility, and lets you control the narrative. Instead of letting others define you with a resume, you get to show them who you are and what you're capable of. Plus, it's a good exercise in self reflection, figuring out what you're good at, what you value, and what you want to be known for. You're basically future proofing your career.
What are the key elements of a strong online personal brand?
Okay, so a few things. First, clarity, knowing who you are and what you want to be known for. Then, consistency. You got to show up regularly with the same vibe across different platforms. Visuals matter, so a good headshot and consistent aesthetic are key. But also, and this is important, authenticity. Don't try to be someone you're not. And finally, engagement. It's not just about broadcasting, it's about interacting with people and building relationships. It's a whole ecosystem, basically. Does that breakdown make sense?
Okay. How can someone identify their strengths and values for personal branding?
All right, digging deeper. That's good. So, strengths. Honestly, sometimes it helps to ask other people, what do your friends and family say you're good at? What do people ask you for help with? Beyond that, think about times you felt really in the zone. What were you doing? As for values, that's trickier. What's genuinely important to you? What kind of impact do you want to make? Maybe jot down a list of things you admire in others or principles you won't compromise on. It's kind of like self-discovery 101, but it's super important for building an authentic brand. Have you done any kind of personality tests or self-assessment stuff before? Those can be a starting point too.
Okay. So why is authenticity important in building a personal brand?
Okay, good question. because people can smell BS from a mile away, honestly. If you're trying to be someone you're not, it's going to feel off. And in the long run, it won't build trust. A personal brand is about genuine connection. If you're pretending, those connections won't be real. Plus, it's exhausting trying to maintain a facade. Authenticity lets you attract the right people, the ones who appreciate you for who you actually are. It's way more sustainable and way more rewarding. It just feels better, you know?
Why do your goals shape your online identity?
That's a solid point to bring up. Your goals are basically the North Star for your brand. What you want to achieve dictates what you highlight, what platforms you focus on, and even how you present yourself. If your goal is to land a job in data science, your online identity will look different than if your goal is to become a freelance writer. It influences the content you create, the people you connect with, and the overall message you're sending. It's kind of like if you're building a house, you need to know what you want it to be before you start laying the foundation, right? Your goals are that blueprint.
What message should your personal brand communicate?
Hmm. Hmm. That's a big one. Ideally, your message should be a blend of what you're good at and what you care about and who you want to serve. It shouldn't just be hire me. It should be I solve X problem for Y people with C approach. Think value driven. What unique benefit do you offer? What sets you apart? It should be concise, memorable, and genuine, of course. People should. Glad you think so. It sounds like you're really getting the gist of this. Anything about that message piece feel unclear, or are you wanting to brainstorm what yours might be?
Which social media platform are best for personal branding and why?
Okay, so you mean we learn from looking at what others do well for personal branding, right? Sorry, I had a little trouble parsing that. And yeah, absolutely. Looking at successful brands, not necessarily massive influencers, but people who've clearly built a strong presence in their field can be super insightful. You can see what strategies they use, what kind of content resonates with their audience, and how they position themselves. It's not about copying, obviously, but about learning what works and adapting those principles to your own style. Basically, it's efficient research. Why not learn from other people's wins and mistakes instead of having to figure everything out from scratch?
Okay. So
All
tell
right.
me,
So,
how should a person choose the right platform for their brand?
okay, good question. Don't try to be everywhere at once. That's a mistake a lot of people make. First, think about where your target audience hangs out. If you're trying to reach other professionals, LinkedIn is a must. If you're visually focused, Instagram or Pinterest might be better. If you like writing longer form content, maybe a blog or Medium, consider your strengths too. Are you comfortable on camera? TikTok or YouTube might be a good fit. It's better to be really good on one or two platforms than mediocre on five. And honestly, don't be afraid to experiment a little to see what resonates. Does that make sense?
So, so tell me, why should social media platforms are the best for personal branding and why?
Okay, so you mean visual media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube? Gotcha. They're really effective because, well, people are visual creatures. Video and images grab attention faster than text. They also allow you to showcase your personality in a more dynamic way. You can demonstrate skills, tell stories, and build a connection with your audience more easily. Especially for younger audiences, those platforms are where they spend their time. But it's not necessarily best for everyone. It really depends on what you're trying to achieve and what you're comfortable with. A lawyer probably wouldn't build their brand primarily on TikTok, right? Does that make sense?
Okay. So,
So
so
we've talked. Good.
yes.
Glad you think so. We've covered a good bit now as Do you want to take a break for a minute or should we keep going? We could talk about content creation or how to measure your progress or whatever's on your mind.
So basically, our time was ended. So thank you for your answers.
Oh, all right. It was good chatting with you along. I'm glad I could help. Sounds like you're well on your way to building a solid personal brand. Sounds